We are all born originals, but so many of us die carbon copies. You are you. You are your own person. You have your own goals. You are the future leaders. You are the future lawyers. You are the future CEOs. You are the future marketing specialists. You are the future computer engineers. You are the future mechanical engineers. You are the future. I want you to understand that you are the future. And what you do over these next 4 to 5 years will set you up for a great life. I know for a fact, when I graduated at the age of 21 from college, 6 months later, I had the opportunity to buy my first house. I'm like, wait a second, I'm buying my first house at the age of 22? And that was foreign to me. I was like, wait a second, I'm making more money than my parents, both of them make. Like, that's foreign to me. But it didn't hit me. I did a great job when I was in college. I need every last one of you to do a good job. When you get there, find the smartest person in the room and challenge yourself to beat them every time. Challenge yourself to be at the top of the class. It's a lot of people making B's, a lot of people making C's. No, you gotta separate yourself. B's are good, C's are good, or CC's are okay. But being good and being okay is not gonna separate you. There's a lot of people that just okay. Separate yourself. Because one day, you're gonna be getting your own jobs, and you need to make sure you separate yourself from everybody else. Make sure you separate yourself. The clock says it's time to move on. Time waits for no one, so none of you should wait for change. Today is the first day of the rest of your lives. Either you are going to live in your future, or you're going to give it all up and die tonight. The ball is in your court. Take control of your destiny. Speak power into your goals. Reach for the stars. You have a legacy and a story that needs to be told. You are at the beginning of success. Never, never, never settle for anything less. Your best is enough. Surround yourself with like-minded people. People who will encourage you to succeed. Believe in yourself, even when no one else believes. Believe in yourself, even when no one else believes. Not knowing all the things you've gone through, I believe in every single one of you. My number one pet peeve in life is people complaining but not doing anything about it. My number one pet peeve in life is hearing people saying, I hate my job, but they're not doing anything to better themselves to get another job. My number one pet peeve in life is people complaining but not changing their situation. It's my number one pet peeve in life. I'm going to ask all of the seniors, graduating seniors, to please stand up. I'm going to probably need a little bit of... If you don't bring your dreams to life, your dream dies with you. What do you want to be?
Computer engineer.
What do you want to be?
Computer engineer.
What do you want to be? Come on, crowd. Do a few more people. You can stand right behind you.
Computer technician.
This is good. What about you over there in the purple? If I could take all of the struggle you have gone through, and if I could take all of the bad things away in your life and wipe them clean from the history books, I would. But that would take away from the greatness that is waiting on you to achieve. There have never been a diamond that didn't come from the dirt. There have never been anything more beautiful than a rose that they grew from a beat-up sidewalk. There have never been a champion without a testimony. Embrace the struggle in which you have overcome. Embrace the struggle in which you have overcome. Let it be the foundation of your success. Ask yourself this question. Do you desire to be a winner, or do you choose to lose? Because the heart of a winner stays focused on the hurdle ahead, while the mind of a loser gets mad at the starting blocks, complains about the sound of the gun pop, and is aggravated at the last hurdle that dropped, and is aggravated at the last hurdle that dropped, and is aggravated at the last hurdle that dropped. Time wasted living in the past with so many hurdles in his future, the life of the loser. Regardless of what you have been through in your short period of time on this place called Earth, regardless of what you have been through in this short period of time, this place called Earth, the clock says it's time to move on. Time waits for no one, so none of you should wait for change. Today is the first day of the rest of your lives. Either you are going to live in your future, or you're going to give it all up and die tonight. The ball is in your court. Take control of your destiny. Speak power into your goals. Reach for the stars. You have a legacy and a story that needs to be told. You are at the beginning of success. Never, never, never settle for anything less. Your best is enough. Surround yourself with like-minded people. People who will encourage you to succeed. Believe in yourself, even when no one else believes. Believe in yourself, even when no one else believes. Not knowing all the things you've gone through, I believe in every single one of you. Most of you will be the first in your families to attain a college degree. You are the first impressions of what little boys and girls will want to grow up to be. Take this as a challenge and better your life. You only get one shot at this. Find your target. Aim straight. Shoot at it right. Success is yours. Success is yours. I'm going to change the subject just a little bit. We have a lot of your guardians, we got a lot of your parents, we got a lot of your relatives, we got your teachers, we got coaches, and whomever in the room. And I want to put a spotlight on them for a second. If you can raise your hand if you grew up in a single parent household. If you can, just raise your hand. Just raise your hand. You know, another question that I want to ask is not for single parents households, it's just for everybody. Can you remember a time when you saw your mother or your father coming home after they worked either 8 hours or 10 hours or 14 or 16 hours a day? They came home, they still made sure you had something to eat. They still made sure you had everything you needed. Can you think of a time like that? So I just want you to think about all the things your parents have done. Your parents, your guardians, your teachers, your coaches. They've all taught you certain traits. Discipline, hard work, love, humility, character. They've taught you a lot of things. When you go off to college, you're going to be challenged. More than you've ever been challenged. You've already been challenged. You made it this far, but when you go to college, your parents are not going to be there right there next to you. You're going to be challenged. When you're tempted to party, when you know you have work to do your work. When you're tempted with alcohol, you're tempted with drugs, say no. You don't have to do it. You don't have to be like everybody else. You are not an imitation. You are not a carbon copy. You are you. You are your own person. You are you. There's another quote that I want to... I'm going to finish with something else that's totally new. I'm throwing it in right now. Just a little bit of background about me. Growing up, I always got teased. I was that person that I always sat in the back of the classroom. I would whisper my answer to my friends because I never wanted to speak up. I never used to read out loud because I never was comfortable with reading. I never used to do that. I would whisper, and a lot of times they would say the right answer, They would get the credit. I never would take it because I was just shy. I was shy. And a few years went on, a few years later, people would say, "Oh, Brian, that's cute. You say S. You say S with a lisp. You say C with a lisp. Oh, that's cute." I'm thinking to myself, "No, that ain't cute. I'm saying S sounds wrong. I'm saying C sounds wrong. I'm saying PH sounds wrong. I'm saying Z sounds wrong." 2 years ago, I sat down with I met a person in Charlotte, North Carolina when I was living there. And she told me she was a speech pathologist. I said, "Speech pathologist? I never heard of that." And she told me exactly what it was. She said, "We work with people with speech impediments, like people with a lisp." I'm like, "Ooh, work with me. Work with me." This was 29, I'm 31 right now. This was 29, so I went 29 years before I met anybody that worked with me on my lisp. Even when I went to college, I joined the fraternity. My line name is Daffy Duck because they used to joke with me about my lisp. They used to joke with me about my lisp. I worked with her for 2 occasions, 30 minutes each. She taught me how to say C sounds and S sounds better. I know it's not 100%, but it gave me enough confidence, number one, to be standing in front of you today. It gave me enough confidence. Something else that I did, every time I would go to the gym, I love to exercise, I would sit in the back, I would go to the back of the gym. I would get on a treadmill or a bicycle, and I would always have a book with me. I'm always reading something, so I would go to the very back and I would practice saying my words out loud. Nobody else could hear me. They probably looked at me, what's going on with this guy? But I was making myself better. I was making myself better. And now I'm comfortable enough to speak in front of you. I'm saying this because there's something you need to work on. Work on it. If you are weak in math, spend the whole summer working on it. If you are a junior, I would say you got 365 days or so to get it together. But I would say you got by January 1st that you need to get it together. If you got a low score on your ACT, do whatever you need to do to work on the areas that you're struggling with. You know what they are. You've taken the test. Or you've gone to class. You know what your weaknesses are. If it's English, work on it. Read a book every day. I know for a fact when I was in high school, I read one book on my own. One book on my own. How is that going to help me be better? How is that going to help me be better? That's one reason why I didn't feel comfortable talking in front of people. Because I didn't know enough words. But as time went on, I sat in the back of the gym, I kept reading. And I kept reading out loud, I kept getting better. Another quote that I heard on Great Debaters. A man's greatest weakness is doubt. I was doubting myself. I just didn't believe in myself. I'm saying this because I need you to work on anything you need to work on. You know what you're weak at. You know what you're strong at. Make that thing you're strong at so good that they're gonna pay you for what you're worth. In life, they're gonna pay you for the education you know or the skills you have. They're gonna base you off of that. So if you don't have that, if you don't have the right education, I'm not gonna be able to hire you. If you don't have the right skills, you're not going to be able to get the job you want. So work on what you need to work on. Make yourself great. Do what you need to do to make yourself better. I'm going to finish with one poem. It's titled, If You Think You Can. If you think you can, you can. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you dare not, you don't. If you want to win but think you can, it's almost as if you won't. If you think you lose, you've lost. For out of this world we'll find that success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger, faster man. But sooner or later, the man who wins is the one who thinks he can. You are the future engineers. You're the future lawyers. You're the future mothers. You're the future doctors. You're the future mayors. You are the future. Make that future the best you can. I still remember when I said S sound properly, for the first time properly, and it had this little S right behind it. S. Then I said C. I still remember that, and the first time it came out my mouth like that, I was like, I had never heard that before. I still remember that sound. Before I move any further, you gotta say, thank you, Kendra. Helped me get to where I am today. That's helping me believe in myself. wasn't for you, wonder how many more years would go by before I start speaking to the next generation. Start speaking to the youth. Start speaking to adults. Start speaking as much as I can just to help people become better. I sat down with a friend named Kendra. She taught me how to speak without my lips. Now you can't shut me up. Now I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm gonna get out there and do what I have to do to inspire whoever I can inspire. With my words, with my voice, with my life, with my example, with my struggle, whatever I got. If one thing you will not do to me, you will not show me. Got stuff to say, I'm gonna say it. A lot of positive ideas in my head, and I just can't write it anymore. I gotta speak it. I have to speak it. Most of you will be the first in your families to attain a college degree. You are the first impressions of what little boys and girls will want to grow up to be. Take this as a challenge and better your life. You only get one shot at this. Find your target. Aim straight. Shoot at it right. Success is yours. Success is yours. And I want to say thank you for the opportunity to come here today. Thank you.
Fighting age class in 2016 in Texas.
Do so well in life. Do so well in school that you can help your mother, your father, your brother, your sister get out of whatever rut that they may be in. You may be their savior. You may be that person. And it's up to you. It's just your choice. Whether you choose to do the best you can to uplift those you love, or to do average and only take care of yourself. There have never been a champion without a testimony. Embrace the struggle in which you have overcome. Embrace the struggle in which you have overcome. Let it be the foundation of your success. Ask yourself this question: do you desire to be a winner, or do you choose to lose?